Welcome to today's video. Let's get right into it. This is going to be a little bit intermediate advanced. We're going to throw some little advanced things in there along the way, but as always, I give you the space to make this your personal practice. So do whatever it is you choose to do. When you need a break, take a break. Any pose that you don't want to do, you don't have to do. And then I ask that you give me the space as well to allow for this to be my practice. So if there's moments where I get lost in the practice, just give me the space to explore that moment, and then we'll get right back into flow. So we're going to start in a seated position, and we'll bring the hands to the knees just for a slight grip, just to kind of help us sit up tall. And with a slight grip on the hands, shoulders pull back and down. And then I want you to pull the rib cage in, pull the belly button into the spine. Really start to feel this length in your body, lengthen throughout the back of the neck. And then we're just going to breathe here, just centering ourselves as we prepare for this practice. Good. And then whatever leg you have in front or on top, depending on how you're sitting, let's just switch it for a moment, because our body is so used to going into that favorite side that our body naturally goes into all the time. So just switch it for a moment and explore this. Feel that length again, shoulders release, length in the back of the neck, rib cage in, belly button pulls into the spine, breathing through the body. You may notice like, oh, I don't ever sit this way. I always go into my favorite seated position. And then we're going to take right leg, we're going to extend it out to the side, just pointing and flexing the foot, starting to open up the back of the legs. Still focusing on spine here, sitting up tall. If you need some support, hands can come behind you to be a kickstand for you. You can hold on to that opposite leg, just pointing and flexing. Good. And then we'll switch opposite leg, point and flex. So also notice the body as you do things that are on the floor. How often do you need the support of your hands to switch positions, to stand up, to do different things? Just notice that while we're on the floor. And if there's any time you can leave the hands out, the extremities, if you can leave them out, then leave them out. And now we're going to take both legs, and we're still warming up, so don't take them far, but just take them out, and we're going to point and flex, and maybe even circle it around a little bit. Again, thinking about the spine, but if you need your kickstand, I like to call them kickstands, and use your kickstands. And coming back to that seated position, hands on the knees, we're to do circles here, taking it all the way around. Be mindful of the sit bones still staying on the ground. And then taking it in the opposite direction. Good. And then bringing it back to the center. So just twisting more with the shoulders versus the waist, twisting side to side, really pointing the shoulders to the opposite knee, getting into that mid back. And back to the center. Fingertips press into the ground on either side of you. Find that length again. Right arm, we're going to reach it up and take it over. So I want you to think about reaching towards that upper left corner. Instead of coming down, let's reach up and open the side of that body. And switch sides. Upper right corner. Open the side of that body. Once more, each side, let's switch. Upper corner, open. And last time, upper corner, reach. Good, and releasing the hands down. We're going to clasp the fingers together in front of you. Push the palms away, lengthen through the arms. Take it all the way up over the head, lengthen here, open up. And release it down. We're going to come up onto all four hands and knees, making sure hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're just going to rock this side to side first. Kind of helps you bring the body naturally into tabletop. Letting some pressure release in the lower back. And then bringing it to stillness, really pushing the ground away so we come up out of the shoulders. Nose points down to the ground, belly button pulls into the spine again. We're just going to hold it here for a few moments. Feel this length. Feel this active pose as we're pushing the ground away, as we're pulling belly button into the spine. And then we're going to take left leg. Left leg extends back, right arm reaches forward, nose is still pointing down to the ground. Keep reaching here. Good, and release. Opposite side. Right leg extends back, left arm reaches forward. Flex that foot, push the ground away. Nose points down to the ground, hips are squared to the ground. And release it down. Good. Let's drop the belly for a few cat-cow. Belly drops, nose to the ceiling. And then round through the back, tuck the chin. And again, belly drops, nose to the ceiling. And round it and tuck. One more. Belly drops, nose to the ceiling. And round and tuck. Good. Bringing it back to a flat back. We're going to take that right leg, extending it back again. This time, toes press into the ground. And I want you to shift it forward and really press those toes into the ground. They may slip out, so you may have to readjust and press. Good. Releasing it down. Switch sides. Left toes, press. Really stretch those toes. And release it down. We're going to take right hand, needle it through, dropping right shoulder down to the ground. Left arm reaches up and hold it here. I like to get that feeling that someone has their hands wrapped around or has their hands on either side of my waist, and they're just slightly, very slightly pulling me back. And sliding that left hand back, pressing yourself up. Opposite side, needle it through. Down to the shoulder. Opposite arm slides forward. Just that slight, very slight feeling, not intense, but it just slightly feels like someone's just pulling you back a little bit. And right hand slides back, pressing it back up to all four. Let's go ahead and take our first downward dog. You can bicycle the legs, nice slow bicycle press, really pressing through those heels, stretch out those toes, those feet, ankles, and the calves, the hamstrings. Very slow bicycle. And then bringing it to rocking of the hips. So just rocking those hips side to side as you continue to lengthen. And then bringing your downward dog to stillness. Good. Slightly bend the knees. We're going to take a walk to the top of your mat. Coming into a half lift here. Let's just hold this for a moment. Lift the toes off the ground, but still try to keep that lean forward. And we're still warming up. So if you need a slight bend in the knees, go ahead and honor that for your body. And then take a forward fold. Knees can bend if you need it. And then inhaling it all the way up. Exhale it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. We're going to take the right foot, long step all the way back. Drop that right knee, lift the chest, so gaze forward. Back knee lifts off the ground. Pull that left foot back to a downward dog. We're going to take these first few slow as we start to go through our flow, because it will definitely speed up a little later. Slightly bend the knees, step the right foot to the top. Again, gaze forward. You can drop that back knee. Lifting the knee, left foot steps forward. Arms inhale up. Exhale it down. Half lift. Left foot, big step back. Lower down. Gaze forward. Open here. Pull it back to your downward dog. Feel the stretch here. Left foot steps to the top. Take that gaze again, lower. Right foot steps forward. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it down. Half lift. This time back to your plank. Lower all the way. Release the toes, lift the chest, and downward dog. Breathe it here. Keep it slow. We'll have plenty of speed towards the middle of this flow. Step it to the top. So really feel the body here. Feel what's going on with each movement. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale it up. The slower you move, the more control. Exhale it down, the more you feel the body. Inhale, half lift. Step it back to your plank. Lower all the way. Lift the chest. Downward dog. Feel this downward dog. Each time you feel it, you should feel the toes and the feet and the ankles, calves and hamstrings starting to loosen and waken up. Again, step it to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale, half lift. Back to your plank. Lower all the way. Lift the chest. And downward dog. Breathe it here. Going back to that slow bicycle of the legs. Feel the legs. Body should be starting to warm up. Good. We're going to take that right foot, stepping it to the top. Let the left knee release down to the ground, release the toes. Arms are going to inhale up. Bring your palms together. Clasp the fingers, release the pointer. I want you to really reach up here. Have a few moments where you sink a little deeper into those hips. Both hands release down to the ground. Left toes curl under. We lift the knee. Left hand stays on the ground. Right arm reaches up. So here we go. Take this right hand, drop it back down. Drop that left knee back down to the ground. We're going to heel toe this right foot all the way back until you're able to pick it up. And I want you to just bend that knee and lift it up in the air. We're doing a little different things with the body today. So right arm will reach back up. Really open here. Feel this openness as if you want your knee to point to the ceiling. Keep pushing the ground away. Reach here. Good. Now bring it down to all four, hands and knees. Bring it back into your downward dog. Feel this downward dog for a moment. Then taking that left foot, take it to the top. Right knee lowers. Release the toes. Arms inhale up. Clasp the fingers together. Release the pointer. Sink here. Open. Have some moments where you release the tension some and then sink back into it. Good. Releasing hands down to the ground. Right toes curl under. We lift the knee. Right hand stays. Left arm reaches up. Open here. Releasing that left hand back down. Drop that right knee down to the ground. Here we go. We start to pivot. Pivot, pivot, pivot. And then we're going to take this left leg. We're going to open it up. Imagine that knee wanting to reach to the ceiling. Left arm keeps reaching up. Open. Good. Release it down to all four, hands and knees. Coming right back into your downward dog. Step it to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale it up. Exhale it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Right foot steps back. We stay high up on the knee this time. Arms inhale up, high lunge. Open the arms. Breathe here. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Arms swing all the way back. We lower the chest. It's not resting on the thigh, but just hovering above the thigh. Nose points down to the ground. Really reach those arms back. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Again, lower the arms, lower the chest, reach it back as if you're going to take off and run. Inhale up. Good. This time, exhale, fingertips down to the ground. So this right leg, we're going to lift it up just halfway. We're not going too far. Fingertips press into the ground. Hold it here and breathe. And then maybe you start to find some balance, start to take those fingertips off the ground. Maybe you bring it to a warrior 3. Breathe it here. Good. Right knee is going to tuck into the back of that left knee. We're going to slightly bend that left knee and then open it back up. Good. Don't let that belly start to rest on the thigh. Tuck it again. Open up. Good. Once more. Tuck. And open. Good. Reach it here. Hold. Swing those arms back. Really open. Right toes lower down to the ground. Arms inhale up. Whew. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Pull that left foot back to your downward dog. Breathe it here. Slow bicycle. Body should really be getting warm now. We're going to step it to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale it up. Exhale it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Left foot steps back to your lunge. Arms inhale up. Hold it here, breathe. Glutes are waking up, breathe. Swing the arms back, lower the chest, nose points down to the ground, reach it back. Good, swing it back up. Breathe. Take it back. Reach it back. Active arms. Inhale it up. Good. This time, fingertips down to the ground. Push off. Lift that back leg just halfway. Play around here. Fingertips can stay on the ground, or you find your balance. Lengthen here. Get the belly off the thigh. Let's tuck that back leg again. Open up. Remember, when you tuck, that standing leg slightly bends. Open up. Once more, tuck it again. Open up, hold it here. Breathe. Reach the arms back, open, open, open. Good, left toes lower. Arms inhale up. Exhale it down, downward dog. Ooh, the glutes. Breathe it out, stretch it out. Shifting it forward to a plank. Push the ground away. We're just going to take the heels and drop them side to side. So drop heels to the right and center. Heels to the left and center. Push it back to your downward dog. Right foot, we're going to step it to the top. Left hand stays, right arm reaches up. Good, hold it here. Open those shoulders. Release the right hand down. Same thing we did before. Let that left knee drop. Start to heel toe that right foot out to the side. We're going to lift that knee again. Really think about pushing the pelvis forward. Right arm reaches. Oh, excuse me. Reach, reach, reach. Open. This time, right foot. We're going to bring it right back to the top of your mat. Left toes curl under. We lift, coming into a high lunge. Open here. Open to your warrior two. Arms drop and release. Reverse this. Right fingertips down to the ground. Left arm reaches up. Really open here. If you can take that right hand flat, take it flat. Body is definitely warming up. Good. Left hand comes down to the ground. Pivot on those back toes. Heel toe that right foot out. Sink here. Play around here. See what the knee can do. If you can drop out to the side. If you can rock forward and back. Good. Now that left knee, we're going to drop it again. We're going to release the toes. Start to heel toe that right foot out to the side again. Bring your hands back with you this time. So the right foot is pointed out to the side. It's aligned with this left knee. We're going to bring the body up. So you can probably get some more space here. So take a step out, and then I want you to sink over to the right side. Keep your arms in front so you're really feeling this openness. Reach the right fingertips down as far as you can get. as far as you can, and then left arm reaches up. So again, push that pelvis forward, really open here. Now keep reaching that left arm towards that right toes. Reach, 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 open. And then bring that left arm, release it down. Use the hands to walk yourself back. Coming back to all four, hands and knees. Coming back to your downward dog. Breathe it here. Breathe it out. Good. Left foot steps to the top. Arms inhale up. Open here. Breathe. Both hands down to the ground. Right hand stays. Left arm reaches. Open up. Good. Release that left arm. Here we go again. That right knee drops. We heel toe that left foot out to the side. Then we lift that knee. We really open in the pelvis area. Left arm reaches. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Left foot comes back to the top of the mat. Right toes curl under. We inhale, reach up. High lunge. Yes. Open warrior two. Release the arms. Reverse it. Left fingertips down to the ground. And if you can take that hand down to the ground, take that hand down. Open up here. Good. Right arm drops down. Right toes, we heel toe the left foot out. And then we just play a little bit here. Sink, see where the mobility, flexibility is. Good. Right knee drops back down. So we heel toe that foot out. We take it all the way back until that foot is aligned with the knee, and then we come up. That left foot is going to take a step out because you can go deeper and then sink. Use your arms, open your body, open here. Take those left fingertips down to the ground. Right arm reaches. Reach it up. And then reach it over, take it deeper. This wall is in my way. Good. Release it down. Use those hands to walk yourself back. Coming back to all four. Take it into your downward dog. And breathe it here. Legs should be nice and warm. If you still need to bicycle to stretch them out, go ahead and take those bicycles. Other than that, just hold your downward dog still for a resting moment. Good. Then lower the knees down to the ground. So we're going to come into some deep stretches before the body entirely cools down. So same thing we did in the beginning. Right leg will be extended out, only this time we're bringing that left foot to the ground. So just kind of play here, explore, see how much space that you have to be able to maybe lean forward, maybe forearms come down to the ground. If you need to stay up and you're here, stay up. But let's just see the space that you have to play around, deepen your stretches, really feel it. And then we're going to take it even deeper. So this right hand is going to clasp on to that left ankle. So let's play here. Let's see if you can even drop the right elbow down to the ground. Notice I'm staying open here. I'm not closing off the chest, so I want to stay open. Let's keep the hand here. We'll keep it a little bit. We'll do it easier first. So see if this is okay for you. To bring the forearm down to the ground, to keep the chest open, and to lift this left arm up. And just breathe. Feel the space here. Good. Release it down. Let's take it to the opposite side. Left arm is out. Right knee bends. Play around here first. See where it's comfortable for you. You're going to be different on each side. And then letting that left forearm come down to the ground. Right arm reaches up. Looking for space here. Trying to find space in the body. If you study or know about the elements of the body, space is an element of the body. There are 5, what's called vayus, 5 winds of the body. So you want to make sure those winds are always active and moving. And so a lot of times, the space we have in our body, we fill it with clutter and stuff. Release that right arm down when there is supposed to be space there. We're going to switch sides again. Find your comfort zone. So lean it forward, play around here. This time, right hand is going to grab onto that ankle. Left arm reaches up. So I'm getting deeper now. It's my shoulder that's trying to reach down to the ground. So you can stay here open, or maybe that left hand can reach over and grab onto the toes. Really finding space here. And we start to learn that the places that are supposed to have space, if they are filled with clutter, then the body is not able to, the body and the mind is not able to do certain things like experience peace, because we filled that space with clutter when it's supposed to be spacious. So wherever you are, just breathe. This is a really intense pose, but definitely opens the side of the body, and release it. Coming out of it, take it to the opposite side. Oh, that feels good. Left leg extends out. So play here first. You find where your body is comfortable. Remember, toes follow the knees. So toes should be turned out because the knee is out. Left hand will grab. It's the shoulder now that's reaching. Remember, it's that shoulder. Reach it up first just to see what space you have here. And then take it as deep as you choose to go. Good, and release it. Oh, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. Tucking the chin into the chest. Pull the ankles in towards you. Holding on to the toes. Get some length here, but we're getting length with a tucked chin. So press the knees down, tuck the chin. Good, and releasing the face to the center. Use the elbows, press down, open. Breathe, feel all that space that you have just given your body. All this movement that you just gave your body created space in the body. So notice that space, feel it. And you really start to slow the body and the mind down. You can truly feel, wow, I have all this space. I removed all that clutter and created space. Lifting the body up, we're going to take the feet, slide them forward so you create a diamond in the center of the body. I'm going to turn to the side because I like to keep my feet on the full mat. helps me ground a little more. And then you're going to grab onto the toes. So think about reaching the heart towards the heels. But I want you to take this slow. I want you to really feel all of this space that you just created in your body. So as you pull yourself forward and down, feel the space. Feel the muscles that may still be a little tight, but that's okay because there's still space in other areas, and keep folding as far as you can go. And then when you get to that stopping point, breathe. Give the mind, give the body a moment to communicate. Allow for them to talk. They're having a deep conversation of what's going on. And the body is sending signals. This is tight, this is loose, this is uncomfortable, this feels good. And the brain is receiving these signals and talking back. Okay, but you're safe here. You are safe here. So keep breathing, keep holding, keep finding your space because you are safe here. And lifting the body all the way back up. Extending the legs out in front of you. Just take a moment here. Take the hands behind you and go ahead and lean back and just give the body a moment. You can let the spine round a little bit. And then bring it all the way down to your backs. Allowing for the arms and legs to relax. Make any adjustments you need with your shoulders. Making sure nose is pointed to the ceiling and not back behind you. And as you begin to settle into your Savasana, now that you have found all of the space, that you're aware of where it exists, now be still, be at peace, honor that space. Give it a moment to no longer feel cluttered. Give it a moment to explore how it feels now for the breath to float through that space. Give it a moment to love. Give it a moment to pour back into you. And then as you begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe licking the lips a few times, turning the face side to side. And as you bend both of your knees, placing the feet flat on the ground, and then heel toe the feet apart a little wider than the hips. And just slightly lift the hips off the ground, maybe sway them side to side for a moment. And then laying them back down. Bringing both knees into the chest. You can wrap the arms around the knees or place the hands on top of the knees and squeeze it in. And rock it side to side or hold it still. And then rolling to your right side to bring yourself back up to a seated position. And bringing hands to heart center, shoulders relax. Taking a deep inhale and fully exhale. And namaste.